Bed bugs.
Yeah.
What are they? What are they?
They are a parasitic insect. And that's what makes them super creepy to me personally, because anything that feeds or lives off of another thing is very creepy. Let's be honest. It's summer vacation season, and we're realizing that, over the last 2 years, people invested a lot of money into remodeling their homes while they were stuck there. And now everybody's racking up credit cards going on vacations, and it's kind of a perfect time to talk about prevention. And we talk about prevention a lot on this show. It's a more of an informed approach, an educated approach to handle a lot of situations like concrete cracks, like Roy said, or
or fences, or a guy out
exactly.
And by the way, can we have a moment of silence for the Rico Benny's Steak Shop on Pulaski, our listeners, and it's been confirmed, has been shut down, but the one on 26th Street, thank God, underneath the overpass is still there. Roy, we got to go after a show.
Oh, those sandwiches.
You will, and then you'll take a nap.
Yep.
So forget it.
Anyways, so bed bug prevention. It's one of those things like, okay, they made a resurgence in the early 2000s, right? We dealt with them back in the 50s. And anywhere there's a lot of people and a lot of travel and movement is where you're going to have high concentrations of them. So with increased travel, with increased international travel, and I'm not just talking planes, but taxi fleets and Airbnbs and
I didn't think of that.
Ubers and I mean, any place that has people in and out constantly. It's not just limited to hotels. It's not just limited to beds. Bed bugs will live in dressers, behind picture frames, in your electrical outlet sockets, your new EV socket in the garage. And they're it's a psychological, traumatic experience if you've ever had them.
How can you tell if they are in your bed? Is there a simple eyeball test to tell if you have them?
It's not really simple because most people don't know, first of all, what they look like. And you can Google all the life cycle stages of a bed bug. And we've got some great pictures on rosepestcontrol.com in our pest library. But they are visible to the unaided eye. Especially after a blood meal. And
stop.
Thank you.
Stop. What?
On your toe? What do they mean? Who are they getting the meal from?
From a warm-blooded animal.
Huh.
Or human. Or, we're all animals, right?
Right. So do they just bite you, or do they infiltrate your skin?
They will bite you. So they deliver this like anesthetizing toxin first so that you don't feel them biting you.
That's very nice of them.
And they'll detect your CO2 emissions. That's what we breathe out.
Okay.
And they also detect heat signatures. So if you're having a flashback to the movie Predator right now, that's
I just did. He had that grid with the numbers. Yeah.
They detect your heat signature. So anytime you're spending a large amount of time in one place, when you're asleep on your bed, or maybe you don't sleep in a bed, maybe you sleep in a recliner in the living room, they will detect you and go after you. But when they're not feeding, they're hiding. And that's what makes them so difficult to get rid of. And not only that, but they're so resilient. Their bodies have this protective exoskeleton called chitin, and it's kind of like there's not many things that will break it down. And over the years, and back in the 50s, the method for taking care of bed bugs was totally different. We had products that don't exist anymore because they cause cancer and all sorts of other
so you have
horrible
no bugs,
things.
but then you die of cancer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But the treatment methods they have now they're still evolving, and we're finding that there are so many things out there being advertised as bed bug remedies. And what I'll say first and foremost is that this is not one of your do-it-yourself insects.